of October, and I'm happy to share this little time with you. Just a half an hour of highlighting some of the achievements and the progress that the government has made. We have done a lot, we have achieved a lot, and we are well on our way to achieving much more for you, for us, the citizens of St. Lucia. Yesterday, well, let us just say, let me start with this one. Well, it's not an achievement per se, but you will put up for me picture 2, that's of the Prime Minister. October signals Moi Héritage, that's Creole Heritage Month, Moi Héritage Creole. You see our Prime Minister looking all nice and dandy there. He must tell us where he gets his outfits, The man looks swag, I'm seeing it on the screen there, but on my computer I've not been able to log in yet. You sure it's Real FM? Yeah, I've not been able to log in yet. But the Prime Minister looks very swag and very, dapper in his Creole way. And so we are asking all of you, that's our heritage, Some people don't understand that. That's our heritage. So this month we kick off with celebrations for Moi Héritage Creole. And the Prime Minister, he leads by, that's the thing, he leads by example. So he's well outfitted there. And some of us, we must ask for his tailor man. Where you getting your friends? I think it's some Allison something. Let me see. I think it's some Allison something, that outfits him. So you must tell us where she is so that we can get some friends too. You know what I mean? I want to look good, Mr. Prime Minister. So the Prime Minister is leading by example, and that is great. So Moi Héritage, the communities where the communities where there will be activities will be held. So great stuff. It's ours. Let us born. Let us speak the Creole. Nous parler Creole. Nous manger tout qualité. You heard the Taiwanese. What's his name again? I'm forgetting his name. Il manger tout qualité. Ouais, monsieur ça parle créole. Monsieur just venu, il ça parle créole. Il pas coudi. Comme yon de moun, il ka parle créole là. So, it's Creole Heritage Month, and we will be in the thick of things. Now, let's look at some of the progress that we have made. Let me get to direct. Yesterday was a very significant day. I'm not sure if some of you were onto it. It was October 1st. And October 1st last year, something very significant happened. Many people said, well, but the sky will fall, picture 1. The sky is going to fall. The economy is going to crash. Things are going to collapse. It was the introduction of the minimum livable wage. Very transformative. It is a bold step. There were people against it, of course, because they wanted to pay workers starvation wages. But the Prime Minister, showing leadership, didn't cower, didn't buckle. He says we are going to introduce. He put his team together, and they came up very scientifically with not just a minimum wage, but coincided with what you call a livable wage. And so we are thankful. There were so many people who, because of that, they got a significant bump in their salaries. Some were making $600 a month, but I went up to over almost 1,002, a little less than that. 1,100 and something, I'm forgetting the exact figure there. But that was a very significant bump in their salaries. Change their standard of living. Of course, you won't get rich on that, but at least it afforded our people, our workers, the low-skilled workers, at least a level of dignity, a level that, they can hold their head up, maintain themselves. Some of them have children and, living $600 could be, what you could do with that? But at least 1,100. That's much better than 6, than 4, than 5. So that was very transformative. And Mr. Prime Minister and your cabinet, we thank you for that initiative. very transformative. Very, very, very transformative. So that was a milestone. The economy did not collapse. As a matter of fact, the economy grew. As a matter of fact, yes, not only did the economy grow, employment, you heard the employment statistics, single digits, because there's a multiplier effect. You pay more, and workers at that end, they don't save, they spend. And as you spend, things turn. You collect more taxes. And I was talking to one of my friends his wife works at one of the supermarket establishments. Says, but the government is going to be paying bonuses and stuff. And it's good for us. It's good for us. Because they will be spending more in the supermarket. And that's the whole idea. It turns, the economy turns on that. You spend it. There is spending in the economy. So it grows. And we collect more taxes because in some goods you pay VAT, etc. So as you spend, and think about it sometimes, when you get a little extra few dollars, you were not expecting, maybe, you played a little, what did this have in the lottery? You get a little $500. Boy, you're feeling so good, you're going to buy something that you'll not normally buy. And that's the whole idea. So, Mr. Prime Minister, we thank you for instituting the minimum wage. It took a lot of guts. You got a lot of flack. There was a lot of pushback. But you held steady. And you implemented it. And not only are the workers much better for it, the country has benefited because the economy has grown. And the economy continues to grow. And as you have said in your words, once we do better, you will do better. And I know pensioners are eagerly waiting for November. You promise them 600, and let me tell you, when the Prime Minister promises, he delivers. So you could take that to the bank. And then civil servants, you heard Wayne Girard on Meet the Minister talking about, yes, civil servants, they indeed need some of them. Yes, we have some jokers in the service. Everywhere you go, you get jokers, you get slackers. That's a fact of life. So to tell me, some civil servants are not working. Yes, we know that. But there are a lot working, and the people in the Ministry of Finance, especially those persons who crunch the numbers and who give advice to the Prime Minister, There's the same people who the other guy kicked, He didn't want them. He brought in Ernst & Young because he figured they didn't have the skill set. That's the same people who the Prime Minister trusts to do their work because they have the skill set, they have the brains, they have the intellectual capacity to run things. And they are there with him, and they are doing things well, and the country is growing. So they deserve a bonus. They deserve a bonus. I don't care what you say. They deserve a bonus. Of course, the slackers will benefit too. So be it. But those who are hardworking and pushing the country deserve a bonus. And you'll get your bonus. Well, he didn't say what last time it was 500. But if I know the PM well, he might put 50 cents on that. So you get 550 cents. But you get a bonus, and that is all good, because you see, he's not wasting the money on T.R. King. He's not wasting the money on Lockerbie. He's not wasting the money buying hotels for $145 million that he had to give to a friend or something. He's not wasting the money on giving fellas to run. Anyway, enough of that. Now, just before I came on air, I have other things to talk about, but just before I came on air, man, very transformative. 600. No, I think I should play that there first, man. Let's play video. Let's play video. I think it's video 5. Let me make sure. No, it's not video 5. I want to get the correct video. I have them lined up, I want to make sure I have the correct one so that we can discuss and see how transformative this is. I think it's video 2. Let's run video 2. And then I'll read to you the response of the people who are benefiting from that initiative by the government.
Effective Thursday, October 2nd, 2025, over 600 temporary employees of the St. Lucia Social Development Fund will receive their employment verification letters. Joachim Henry, Minister for Equity, Social Justice and Empowerment, explained that breaks in employees' contracts have prevented them from becoming fully fledged employees. Now, through a recent policy approved by the Cabinet of Ministers, Non-established employees who are daily paid or classified as wage earners will be granted permanent employment after 2 years of continuous service.
Happy to report to you this morning that on Thursday this week, consistent with what the Honorable Prime Minister indicated, that persons who are temporarily employed would be made permanent. And this, of course, we have over 600 persons working on the elder care program at the St. Lucia Social Development Fund. These individuals every year work for 11 months because they are temporary workers, and to avoid them becoming permanent, they have to take 1 month off. That has come to an end. They will receive their letter of appointment as full-time employee of the St. Lucia Social Development Fund, and will no longer have to take a break for 1 month in a year to avoid continuous employment.
Henry explained that temporary workers are not privy to certain benefits which made it difficult for them to improve their standard of living.
For some of us, it might seem trivial, but if you are paying something at courts on hire purchase, it's difficult for you to conceptualize that next month you will not be getting a salary, and that you have to find ways and means outside of working to continue taking care of yourself. The issues of going to the credit union to get a loan, that was impossible because they cannot meet the monthly payment.
The Minister for Equity also added that as permanent employees, they would now be entitled to their own uniforms and medical benefits.
I'm happy that not only they would become permanent employees, but of course they're dressed in uniform and they will pay in their own uniform. They had to ensure that they're medically checked. That will be part of the new salary arrangement. So the government would allow for them to receive their uniform. They would be receiving an allocation, so yearly they would be medically checked so that they can continue to provide the services in caring for our senior citizens. Over 600 persons are employed with the St. Lucia Social Development Fund.
The cabinet policy will allow for an increase in disposable incomes per the 2025-2026 budget allocation. Approximately 1,288 workers across government ministries, departments and agencies are expected to benefit from this initiative. The Philip J. Pierre administration maintains that the cabinet's approval reflects the government's philosophy of fairness, dignity and respect in work. Joachim Du Plessis, HTS News Force.
You heard it from the minister? What it is that the government has done. That's an achievement. Now, I'm going to read to you the response to, you see, when people understand the vibes, and I'm going to on screen so that you could follow and see how grateful people are. So let's put number one first. I'm going to take my time and read that. Okay, I'm Afasha. I'm going to read that for you, Afasha. You put out your part. Statement by the supervisor of the Home Care Program. Distribution of permanent letters under the patronage of the Honorable Philip J. Pierre, Prime Minister of St. Lucia. Today marks a truly historic and emotional day for over 600 of us who have served in the Home Care Program since its inception in 2012. For over a decade, we have worked with heart, dedication, and often under trying circumstances, providing compassionate care to the elderly, the sick, and the vulnerable in our society. We have done so, not for praise or political favor, but out of a deep love for people and country. For years, we were contract workers, committed, yet treated as temporary. We lived through uncertainties, contract breaks without pay, and the looming fear that our livelihoods could be taken away at any moment. And sadly, that fear became a reality when, under an Alan Shastney-led administration, many of us were abruptly dismissed. I want to read that. And sadly, that fear became a reality when, under an Alan Shastney-led administration, many of us were abruptly dismissed. No compassion, no recognition of our service. We were labeled as party loyalists, as if calling the nation's most vulnerable, as if caring for the nation's most vulnerable was a political act. Vindictiveness. But today, thanks to the leadership, vision that we're on to now, and compassion of the Honorable Philip J. Pierre and the St. Lucia Labour Party government, we are finally receiving what we have long deserved: permanency. This transition means so much more than a job title. It means stability. It means that we can now walk into a financial institution and confidently apply for a mortgage or a loan. It means that our children can sleep easy at night, knowing that their parents have a secure future. It means we are no longer second-class workers, but dignified professionals recognized by the government and the people of St. Lucia. And to you, Mr. Alan Chastanet, yes, we are loyal. We are loyal to a government and a prime minister who has shown loyalty to us first, putting you first. That's the name of the program. Prime Minister Pierre has not only restored our jobs, he has restored our dignity, our hope, and our future. That loyalty is not bought, it is earned. And it has been earned tenfold by this Labour Party government. So when the election bell rings, rest assured, we will answer that call. And we have done our morning rounds. After we have done our morning rounds, ensure that our clients are fed, bathed, and comfortable, we will make our way to the polling stations, not alone, but with our families, our neighbors, our friends, and our scrub-wearing sisters. We will go proudly and purposefully. And when we get to that ballot paper, we will put that X by the star to ensure that you, Mr. Chastanet, never return to office again. Number 3. We will vote to protect the future we have just been given. We will vote to honor a government that has honored us. On behalf of all home care workers across St. Lucia, I say thank you, Mr. Prime Minister Pierre. You have secured not just our jobs, but our place in the heart of this nation. May God bless you, and may God continue to bless St. Lucia. Leander George Fields. Wow, I could not have said that better. A government that cares. You see, that is how it is done. When Spider came and said, 90%, that's for real issues. Progress. So we have secured, what's the number? 1,200? I forgot the number, man, but a lot of them. Yet from 2012 could have permanence. But Prime Minister Pierre, steady as he goes, crunching the numbers, growing the economy. As the economy grows, more money comes in. And we could use CIP money. It's our money. Our money. To be spent on us. And so that is progress. And so, Miss, I don't know you, I've never met you, my lady. But you have spoken. You're not going to vote against yourself. And those people who go and clap for crap, don't vote against yourself. Because some of you are pensioners, you're getting the increases. Some of you have children in secondary schools benefiting. Some of you, so yes, take the money when they give it to you. Go to take it, write a t-shirt when they give you the money. But on election day, put yourself first. Because Philip J. Pierre is putting you first. That's all he does. He puts you first. People first. You first. And so this letter should be read, should be required reading for everybody, you know. You understand? Should be required reading for Tutmun. That is progress. So transform it. That every policy decision that this government makes is to ensure that he puts you first. Not foreigners, not friends. Of course, all of us benefit. And as you benefit, yes. And people, you must arm yourselves with the. There's a lot of noise. The opposition, a lot of noise. They cannot point to anything that they have done for you, but they want to come back to plunder the treasury. We will not allow it. And you heard a father trying to big up his son. That's desperation. We know what your son does give. And there's a piece coming on. Part 4. Watch your bread stay red. It's coming out. Hit piece. Nonsense. Progress all the way. Now, let me go to something else. Let me finish on health. Let me just re-emphasize that. You could play video 6. You know, just ladies, men, prostate, progress. This is how we fund healthcare. Let's go.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of cancer deaths among women in St. Lucia. In response, the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs has introduced 3D mammograms and follow-up care under universal health coverage, a move they call a major step forward.
Universal health coverage is really working towards or ensuring that everyone receives the health care they need when and where they need it without going through financial hardship or ruin.
Under universal health coverage, several services are already being offered free of charge, from maternity care and pap smears to men's health clinics and even snakebite management. But today, the spotlight is firmly on breast cancer screening.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of cancer in women, and it's the primary contributor to premature deaths in women as well. And this is why the Ministry of Health felt it was necessary under universal health coverage to offer that type of screening for the women.
The package covers 3D mammograms, follow-up ultrasounds, biopsies, and laboratory testing at no cost to the patient. 3D mammogram services are available at Millennium Heights Medical Complex and St. Jude Hospital. To access the service, women must first call their nearest wellness center to know what days the cancer screening clinic is being held in their community, bring a valid ID, and attend the cancer screening clinic.
So we offer the 3D mammogram screening, and what happens is that if there's need for follow-up ultrasound, you can get the follow-up ultrasound as well. If you have a lump and the doctor realizes that you need to do a biopsy, you can get the biopsy done as well under the universal health coverage, and also the processing of the sample to get to know whether you have cancer or not.
The free mammogram service began in July 2025, and with Breast Cancer Awareness Month now here, health officials are urging women across the island to take advantage of this opportunity.
We started this service at the ending of June into early July. We have patients coming both at St. Jude's Hospital and Millennium Heights Medical Complex. What we anticipate is that now that we're having Breast Cancer Awareness Month in October, we really want more women to take advantage of the screening services. So to come to the nearest wellness center to get to know about the service and to be examined. We also encourage women to do self-breast examination. And then when they realize there's an issue, come. And then the nurse or the doctor will do the clinical breast examination and determine on what they get. Determining exactly after the examination, they will determine, whether you really need a mammogram, etc.
Free 3D mammograms, free follow-up care. No woman left behind. Dr. Eugene stressed that universal health coverage is more than a policy. It is protection, it is peace of mind, and it is saving lives across St. Lucia.
Now that's just a little piece, mammograms. Men, you could get your prostate screening. The pregnant ladies, you could get your, what they call your legal things you'll have to do. All of, that is how we're taking it in stages, You understand? We're not giving you pie in the sky because our Prime Minister is not reckless. He counts the cost, and I want you to always understand that when people come at you, we're just going to give you $75,000. No, brother, it doesn't work so. There's no way, and nobody can explain that to you because there's nowhere in the Caribbean that has happened. There's nowhere they can't show you a blueprint. There's no white paper that they have. When he was questioned, he says, next question. And when he was questioned on TV, he started to cry because he doesn't know how to fund it. He doesn't know how it's going to work. It's just pie in the sky. But with our Prime Minister, the man who is steady, the man who is measured, he counts the cost. You understand? He's doing things incrementally. So as money becomes available, he does that. Now, I'm checking the time there. I barely have time left. My God, my word, you'll not be... People, sorry, sorry, my word, I have some things lined up there, and I realize I will be in trouble. So I may have to leave that for Tuesday. Today's Thursday, the 2nd, Tuesday. I will not be able to because I realize the time is on me there. But as I was making the point, let me go back to my direct screen there, that we're doing things incrementally. Now I'm going to tease you for Tuesday. I have just a 50 video for, and then we're going to go to infrastructure, because there's a lot of talk and people talking. Because I drove to Vieux Fort, I counted 2 potholes between Micoud and Vieux Fort. 2. Right? Because I was like, that's a smooth drive, man. And I'm seeing a lot of the roads being patched and things because we have the potholing truck and stuff. I counted 2. There may be between Micoud and Dennery, a few more. But by and large, it's drivable. You know? Because I went down for Danny, and I went down to my brother, you know where, the road to St. Jude there, and I'm like, carpet. So we're doing stuff. And I want, listen to the Prime Minister, I'm going to tease you. And on Thursday, I'm going to come back because a lot is happening in terms of road construction and doing what these guys, you see, you fire the home caregivers, you fire all. You stop the falling highway. Your fellas will pay dearly for your misdeeds. Let's just tease 50 seconds, 57 seconds of that.
We had secured the finance. The loan was approved. The plans were approved to construct the Castries Grosley Highway. When the United Workers' Party came into government, they cancelled the loan. And today, you hear these hypocrites talking about the Grosley Highway. The same highway that hypocrites, the same highway that they stopped, the same highway that they told the Kuwaiti government they do not want the money to build it. Now they're talking about potholes and roads.
Are you serious?
They hypocrite. They hypocrite.
The hypocrite. The hypocrite. All this congestion we have now, you have to blame Alan Shastri and the previous government for that, you know. Because Dr. Anthony had left a contract signed, sealed, and about to be delivered. But no, the Kuwaitis insisted there must be international bidding, open tender, you know, you must tender. The tendering was that was a curse word for these fellas, you know. They wanted the direct awards because, you know, in direct awards, that's bubble all the way. So I'm teasing you this. I'll continue with this on Tuesday because we have to explain what it is that's been done. Hopefully, Mr. Honorable Stevenson King will be my guest tomorrow on my show. And then we'll continue with this on Tuesday so that you'll see the progress, the achievements that we have made. I think the time is upon me. Unfortunately, half an hour goes by very quickly. And I will see you. I may not be in Shelton this afternoon. Circumstances, I explained to him why. But fingers crossed. If not, I'll see you on Monday and back with People First on Tuesday. Have a very good Thursday afternoon.